episode of Fuck Around and Find Out podcast. Jesus, it's good to be back. Holy hell, it's been a while.
Been a minute or two.
Yeah, everything got busy and life got away from everybody. It's good to be back, though. Sitting over here talking to everybody. And then, I don't know, I think Deadpool just dropped off the face of the earth all of a sudden.
I'm sitting here. I was yawning. I
was stuck in the Amazon rainforest for a few months searching for new genetics.
Oh, how'd that go?
I'm back now. Yeah. I would not lie to my loyal people here.
The trip was unsuccessful, so please go on your Patreon.
Well,
so we can try again.
I had to sample all of them, so now I need to go back and pick the ones that worked out pretty well for me.
Well, they didn't survive. They didn't survive the boofening that happened that required, to get them through customs.
Trying to smuggle them, yeah.
Yeah. You needed to wrap them in something first, not just
now you tell me. Now you tell me.
The native banana leaves offer no protection from the rectum.
Damn near killed them.
Speaking of rainforest shit, did you guys see that thing I went crazy about where the frog had a mushroom growing off of it?
I'm a little bit angry about that article. I'm angry over that article.
The article sucked.
These people see a frog with a mushroom growing out of it. They take the time to take 500 pictures of it.
Yeah.
Don't collect the frog for sampling. They just leave it.
I would have grabbed that bastard and been like, okay, what happens? Is he going to die now and more mushrooms are going to come out?
It's the next step of cordyceps, what that fucking is right there.
Ooh, and they left it in the wild to breed.
Yeah, well, then they were just like, oh, it is a bale type mushroom. And we're like, okay, that's great. There's 20 billion different bell type mushrooms. They really did fucking narrow it down. Yeah.
Yeah. We're pretty sure it was a fungus.
Yeah, it might as well. But it was you could really see where it had pushed through the skin and ruptured, where it was coming up. I was like, damn, that's wild.
I'm hoping he just got something in one of his sweat glands. I don't know what frogs have, but yeah.
Maybe he was licked by somebody. that had just done shrooms. So, it wasn't really.
Was it this frog? No. Was it this frog? They're just licking random shit in the fucking rainforest. That's how you meet baby Jesus. Don't lick random shit in the fucking rainforest. Everything there wants to kill you. But yeah, it was crazy. I was just wondering, I was like, man, maybe it's because the frog has a low operating body temperature. It could work out.
How long did the stay still without fucking moving to get that to happen?
Right. Well, they said they saw it in a little puddle on the side of the road or something. So it was interesting.
Might have hit by a car.
Well, I mean, it just
out for a few days.
They ever tried to take pictures of a frog? They move a lot. That one really wasn't moving very much for the bazillion different camera angles.
And a lot of those types of frogs will bury themselves in the mud until the water comes. So it might have been laying there in the mud with that thing growing. And it just happened to emerge.
I want to cut it open and see if there's mycelium under the skin.
Exactly. Right. Why didn't they collect the specimen?
I don't know. Jesus. And then I'd want to take that frog and see if I could infect other frogs with it.
Now you're going for Last of Us. I see how you are. Yeah.
Well, let's
let's make it repeatable.
Yeah. You want to see if you've got the frog apocalypse there.
Right.
The whole point is being able to reproduce your fucking effort. That's the whole thing.
Well, there is a fungus that is killing crypto that's killing a bunch of the frogs. It's murdering all the different frogs. So we know that frogs because, they're basically a teenage jock, freaking crotch area. They're they're always sweaty and wet and damp all the time, but they grow a shitload of crazy shit. So we do know that they're definitely susceptible to fungi. But it's just an actual fruiting pathogenic fungi is crazy to me.
Yeah. That's rare.
Because how many different fungi, there's a bunch of pathogenic fungi, but I've never seen a pathogenic fungi that actually had a fruit like that.
Yeah.
Normally they just go from spore to spore to mycelium network to spore,
Right.
Oh, the chytrid fungus is the frog-killing fungus.
Oh, the frog-killing one.
I knew that. Yeah. It was on the tip of my brain. No, it wasn't. I did not know that.
I was just.
Are you having fun with that? Are you having fun with that Google I mailed you there?
Yes, sir. I'm looking for it right now.
It's like yeah, it's pretty crazy. It's good stuff. So, anybody else like heard anything recently pretty cool involving like a fungal word? Except for who was that? That famous person that just got the wagon wheel singing guy,
Darius Rucker.
Darius Rucker got busted with a bunch of pills.
Mm-hmm. Took him a year to test him. Isn't that crazy?
Really?
Yeah, he got caught a year ago, and they just now charged him.
I was wondering which one of you fuckers made those pills because they look like the kind that somebody might have made.
I would never.
Are they red and black?
Only, sir.
I think these ones were red and gold, right? Like
not my colors. I mean, if I were to do it, they wouldn't be my colors.
Yeah, totally not my colors.
Yeah, I might have done it.
I have seen red and gold ones before. The Iron Man ones.
Yeah.
In pictures on the internet, of course.
From a safe distance.
Yeah, full of lion's mane.
Exactly. But I was like, which one of you fuckers? Because as far as I know, it's pretty much just like our listeners that are like into pills. You know?
Yeah, the smart ones, of course. Our listeners.
Yeah, because it's the easiest way to store it and have it not lose like potency.
Yeah, and you can take them easily. You don't have to deal with the flavor.
Exactly. Perfect. So I was like, which one of you fuckers out there did that? Because, you get a pat on the back for it, right?
And didn't even give me a Darius Rucker ticket.
Right.
There you are.
And then was he trying to say it was like his wife's or his girlfriend's or something?
No, I think his wife turned him in or something like that.
What the fuck?
Yeah, well, they were estranged at the time or something.
Poor.
Doesn't matter. That still means you get killed.
Still snitches. Yeah, you get stitches.
That's wood chipper level shit right there.
Cool.
Yeah, that's not very fun at all. I got a wood chipper just recently. Quite happy with it. Yeah, there he is. Yeah, come on over, buddy.
From North Dakota, barely used.
Yeah. I like the wood chipper, though. I have big plans for it in the future. Make my own substrate for my own wood chipper. It'd be kind of cool.
Very cool. You can grind up cardboard in that bad boy, anything.
Yeah, well, what I've been doing is cactus mostly. Just trying to get rid of the cactus out here at the new house. I have, the new house has great soil, right? We're going to be farming and doing all sorts. So we already have the first round of crops in the ground. But one of the big problems is it grows cactus here. We was like, prickly pear. They're used to these ankle tall, prickly pears. Shit, no. This prickly pear is 7-8 foot tall, right? And but it's extremely satisfying to put it through the wood chipper. It's just like green mist and slime.
I can't think of anything that wouldn't be satisfying to put through a wood chipper, if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
I mean, thinking cats. Fucking birds. Fucking,
Wasn't there an episode of King of the Hill where they rented a backhoe or something and all the guys were fighting over? They dug a 400 foot.
Oh, dude. Yeah. That would definitely be us.
Good time. Had tunnels underneath the road and everything.
I took the wood chipper out, the first to put it together. And I was and I had put all the safety, I installed all the safeties correctly, ran it for an hour, and then took all the safeties off it because that's stupid shit. It had this complicated in the top loading area where you load bulk materials. Mm-hmm. It had a shelf that came out at an angle, and the idea was that if something fell in there, it would just ricochet off the shelf and fall back in, right? Right. But the shelf wouldn't let you put whole pads of cactus down inside it because the cactus pads are maybe 6 inches across and a foot long. They're big. And so they wouldn't fit in there. I'd have to feed them in one at a time with tongs. Well, fuck that. I want to do them by the pitchfork.
Right.
So I removed all the safeties. It runs 1,000 times better without any safeties.
Yeah, it's like that stupid screen on top of the cement mixers. You're like, get that thing out of here.
Well, I've seen the screen work pretty good when people throw a whole bag up there and they stab it.
I was gonna say, isn't that just to keep the big fucking rocks out if you want it smooth?
Yeah,
or to keep the
or if you're mixing your own. Like if you're just throwing cement in there and then throwing like native gravels in there, you can keep the big rocks out. Yeah.
Did you see that? I think who is it that makes that new cement mixer where it just does everything itself? It's fully automated. It adds water. Oh, it's really cool.
I know the military has one, but I've never.
It's a little tracked like device, right? Mm-hmm. So it oozes it out under pressure depending on what setting you want. It's basically like a fucking cement automatic caulk gun, basically. So you throw your cement in there, you dry mix, and you fill this hopper up, and then you just tell it go, and it makes it and shoots it out a little hose, and you just put it wherever you want.
Right, it's like a small version of the Army one then, because the Army has a big truck that has all the ingredients separate, and when they get to a site really, really remote, they just press the button and it mixes everything and spits out concrete.
Pretty
that way
simple.
You can drive. You drive for 5 days before you get to where you got to pour the concrete without it being hard in your truck.
So it'd be like the black top where you back it up that little fucking paver machine.
Mm-hmm. Real similar.
I've done that before. That was fun.
I had no idea how any of that happened. To me, it was all just fucking magic. I was always on the shooty side of stuff. So I just stuff happened. Hey, look, we got a runway. Magic.
Yeah,
I figured they had I don't know, cement seeds or something. They just put them in the ground.
Yeah, somebody blew a hole in the road. We can fix that. It's just magic. Sprinkle some pothole seeds in there.
Yeah, exactly. But everything's the new farm. Everything's set up now, so I've got time to be on a podcast. So
awesome.
Yeah, it's just a little bit of land clearing here and there. Just clearing out areas to plant stuff. Planted a few thousand flower bulbs for the wife. She's super happy about that.
You got any San Pedros on your property?
The cactus?
Torch cactuses, yeah.
Long,
skinny ones? No.
No. I have little bitty round little fuckers with a lot of thorns. They're like little barrel cactuses, but they're cute, so I don't murder them. Mm-hmm. And then I have just
that's what I was getting at the San Pedro. That's the they call them torch cactus. They're like the big around as a beer can and get up to 8 feet tall.
Oh no, these guys are like
I've seen the pictures of your prickly pear trees.
Yeah, fuck yeah. They're fucking trees. You have to use a chainsaw to cut them down. And once you get all the tops off of them, you're down to the final base, which could be 2 foot in diameter. But they're about the size of a baseball cap. These little cactuses, little barrel cactuses in the ground, they make, little tiny fruits and little tiny flowers. But I leave them alone because there's not very many of them. I've probably found 20, I guess, across the whole property.
I'm pretty sure peyote is a small cactus like that, but I don't know. I wouldn't.
I'm not an expert on baseball.
Yeah, I'm not an expert on them at all. They take forever to grow.
Yeah, I just thought they were cute, so I've been leaving those alone because they're the only real difference. I have those and the little stick cactus. We call it jumping cactus around here, where it's as thin as a pencil. It grows in every which direction, like a bush, and it has the long thorns, maybe 2 or 3 inches, and the slightest touch causes those pieces that you touch to break off. And
I've seen those in Arizona. They call them jumping cactuses.
Jumping cactus. That's what they call it right here.
You walk by and they're stuck in you.
Yeah, they're fucking dick. Although putting them through the wood chipper is satisfying. They just green mist. Everything's just a green mist. Nice. But I put probably about 400 or 500 pounds of cactus through the wood chipper before because I was listening to an audiobook. I wasn't really looking to see where I was spraying it. Mm-hmm. And I was spraying it on a mesquite tree. And And then my daughter comes out. She's like, slime. And I look up, and the entire side of this tree is completely green. There's just dripping like ectoplasm off the tree. I was like, that's cool. But yeah, it definitely throws a lot of slime. It's very, very cool.
Crazy.
The problem is that once it builds up somewhere, if it gets wet again, it turns back to slime. So I've fallen on my ass like 4 times outside, just walking along. It looks like dirt. You step in it.
So it's like chicken shit then.
Slime. Yeah, it's pretty slippery. I'm hoping it breaks down. I mean, it's got to. It's just like pouring.
It's organic. It will eventually, you would think.
Yeah. It's just been wet here, so I think it's not breaking down as fast. But it's just like pouring, several hundred gallons of aloe vera in a certain place, and it's kind of like always snotty and slimy.
I wonder if you could have taken that stuff and made a substrate with it.
Mixed very, very liberally with wood chips, probably. Like you'd have to
make like agar plates with it and see if mycelium even likes it.
They mold pretty easy when they're dead.
Oh, well, there you go.
Like when the cactus dies, it molds and mildews real fast because it's got a pretty high sugar content. Like I know that people ferment the prickly pear. They put it. There's a couple of companies here in Texas that that shred the cactus like through a wood chipper, but they shred it into barrels and then they ferment it and make a type of kind of like almost tequila-like stuff out of it. It's called mezcal. It's
oh yeah. I thought they mezcal they threw in a fucking pit, like the cactuses, which is a big fucking like quarters on a fucking fire pit, and they burned it all.
Oh, that's more like tequila is like
that's the agave.
The mezcal is just made out of cactus.
I have some syrup for making mixed drinks. It's called desert pear syrup. It's flavored that stuff.
Yeah, it smells great. It smells great when you shred it. But I intend to do that. I intend to do a couple of barrels of it. When it gets a little bit warmer. Right now, there's still like this week. It's going to dip down to the lows are going to be in the 30s. Daytime is going to be in the 60s.
Oh,
so
freezing.
It's like,
how do you survive with it?
Yeah, I hope you'll be okay.
But it would stop any fermentation I got going on. So it would really mess with the fermentation. So once I get my daytime, like my night times are in the next week, like the beginning of beginning of March. It's supposed to be 70s and 50s, right? 70s during the day, 50s at night, and then that'll be perfect. I'll do a fermentation there and see if I can come up with some sort of cactus beer.
I'll tell you what, some of my cold fermentations have been some of the best liquor ever. They go a lot slower and just changes the flavor profile. Something to think about. And you wrap your fermentation barrel in blankets, bro. Come on, man. The yeast produce their own heat.
Yeah, but I'm so used to me not having to. Like it's, when it's like, your daytime temperature is 70, in the shade it's like 60, and it gets down to like 45 to 50 at night. It's pretty much just perfect for it. Just rock on.
I'm the kind of guy that comes out to check on the mash and it's frozen solid. Got to chip through the ice, put the hydrometer in there.
Yeah, I'd prefer it to be not nice and happy and just nice.
That's not good if it freezes, by the way.
Yeah, and cold crashes, they have to kind of it's a bitch to get going again.
Mm-hmm.
Add more yeast.
Yeah. No, it's not that simple.
If you get it too bad, but you got to wake it up, and then you got to do a few things.
Yeah, because a lot of times that yeast that's in there, because it already has some alcohol in it, and that yeast that's in there is like 30 or 40 or 50 generations old already. So it's adapting to the raising alcohol as the time is going on.
Well, that's why they have their own fucking the high ends, right? Because they won't survive in the alcohol. It's basically sitting in its own shit and piss.
Yeah, pretty much.
So if you just take if you go back to the original yeast and throw it in there, say a packet of yeast, it's probably not going to do so well because the alcohol level's already up there, 4 or 5%. It's going to real struggle. But,
Good times. Good times.
Nice. Sounds like fun.
So what have y'all been making recently?
Everything.
Well, yeah, I saw that you've been busy, Deadpool. You got a whole bunch of cool projects going on.
Yeah, Deadpool got cool. That's what we'll say.
Yeah, right. I just remember started from the beginning. So everything's been from Spore, or Meister sent me a couple plates, but
Nice.
I gotta get my library back.
What Meister's that sucker? Oh, I guess I got a couple plates from him. Never mind. It's okay. You're okay now, buddy.
Yeah.
I forgot he gave me some.
Yeah, it looked like you got a bunch of neat little things going on in there. You got a whole bunch of going on.
Yeah, I got some mushrooms growing. I've been doing a few other side projects here and there lately.
Most of mine's been
according to Feral, I'm trying to kill myself.
Yeah. Starting seeds has been my thing. Hey, did you guys see that they find, I've been bitching forever about wanting actual GMO seeds, and I finally got my hands on some. Actual legitimate GMO. I got these tomato seeds. They're blue tomato. And what they did is they took Snapdragon DNA and put it into the tomato and made to make it like super, super, super colored.
Snap tomatoes.
Yeah, I guess.
Dramatos or something. The fuck.
Well, they charge you a freaking $1 a seed for them. So I bought them from the actual company. It's $1 a freaking seed, so I only got 20 seeds. But yeah, you have to sign.
Let me ask you this: if you plant that and you only get a tomato, do you put an R at the end of the name of the seed? Like a dragon fruit tomato revert? Is that
no, you won't, because they've been trying. No, god damn it, reverts piss me off. The whole revert thing, we've bitched about that on here multiple times, about people who fuck up or they just get sold something different or whatever, and you try to grow some fancy fucking mushroom, and it just shows up as a normal, and you're like, oh, it's a revert. That means you got a fucking normal, dude. That doesn't mean you got like somebody's new Torque F50,000 or whatever it is. You just got fucking normals. That's what you got.
I think I watched something on YouTube the other day. I'm trying to remember who it was. And they were saying something about reverts are good because you can see what the parents were, or something like that. And I was like, well, yeah. And like, well, I mean, it's not bullshit. It's true, but I mean, that's not what you want. So there is no good thing about it.
I mean, other than the fact that it probably has psilocybin. Like, I mean, other than that, so congratulations, you successfully fruited something, but it's not what you fucking were aiming for. It's like going to adopt a child and coming home with a cat. Yeah, it's like it's congratulations, you picked the lowest hanging fruit. You didn't get what you're aiming for, but you got something, and it doesn't probably like
and annoy you. Yeah.
Well, when did we get a cat?
Speaking of cats, just want to give him shit, like real quick.
Sleepy?
He's sleepy.
Yeah, I didn't want to say anything because he's got more
sleepy, bro.
Fucking say it.
I fucking love you. I fucking love you, man. You are highly entertaining, but from all the crazy stuff and the random girls and the moving cross country and all this crazy shit that you've done, but now getting into professional cat breeding, as far as I know, I wasn't aware that professional cat breeding was a fucking thing. I thought that was something that kind of accidentally happened. Who the fuck's
gonna spend $5,000 on a cat? No, wait, I have heard the Siamese cats or like the real, like the weird ones. Like everything.
Yeah, that's the one he's growing. He's got the fucking. He's got
The
what
smash face ones. Yeah.
Yeah, he's got the Scottish folds and something else. So he's got some cool looking cats, but then he wants to get into the ones that are like part like the Bengals, like the ones that are like half wildcat, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And like okay, the half wildcat ones. So I got a story.
You gotta feed those fucking meat too. That's not a fucking no. Here, let me give you some cat food. You have to give those fuckers.
I'm okay with that.
I saw Sleepy telling us about the cats, and it reminded me of a Facebook post I just saw a couple days before that. And it said, people with dogs talk about how they had to go through an application process to adopt this dog, and then people with cats hold it up and say, "Look what I found in the garbage can."
Well, he was sitting there. He was all proudly telling us about his cats, and I was like, "But it's still a cat, bro." But so
I gotta say, I love cats, other people's cats. I'll pet them, and they can go back home. That's good enough for me.
I got a cat story. This is many, many years ago before I met my wife. I met a lady, and I went to her house. So I was invited over to spend the evening, and so like getting busy and everything like that. And then I just happened to like look over, and there's a fucking cat that was like the size of a goddamn dog, right? Just like sitting on a desk, staring at us.
Like the man cats or something? Is that what it's called? The man cat?
Maine Coon.
No, it was one of those fucking Bengal things. But it was like a Savannah cat hybrid. She's like, "Oh, I paid $15,000 for that cat."
What?
Dude, this fucking cat was like 24, 26 inches tall at the shoulder. Like, it was big. It probably weighed 54, 55 pounds. It was a big cat. But it was just sitting there staring, just like, "Oh, no, carry on, guys. Just keep going." And I was like, "What?"
I'd pay $15,000 for a cat. The only way I'd pay $15,000 for a cat is if his cat carrier doubled as a work truck. Okay.
No, but it was just like weird. It was like weird as shit. It was like, there's a cat's like, "Oh, carry on." You're like, it's kind of weird when you like look over, you got a cat who has the same size eyes as you do, right? Like not cute little cat eyes, but like fucking adult human
tiger eyes. Huh?
Yeah.
Like,
and you're like,
don't take a post-coital nap because I'm gonna fucking kill you.
Yeah, I mean that cat could have. It's said that like your average house cat could probably kill a human, right? Because they're like super aggressive or whatever if they got aggressive. But it's like I know that I can take a house cat.
What?
Yeah, I can take a fucking.
If you're asleep, maybe.
If you're like in a coma and they eat you, or
listen,
who the fuck can't fend off a fucking cat?
You and me and Trimmy over there are not your average sized fucking people. We're giants and we're aggressive. All right. You have a whole bunch of people out there right now who are averaging 5'5", wearing skinny goddamn jeans and scared to go to work every day. Those are the kind of people that they're thinking the cat could fucking take. And I agree. I'll put a fucking big ass Maine Coon up against a goddamn Gen Z who's never changed a tire before in their life. Any day.
I would actually pay to see that.
We're gonna give this Maine Coon here some rabies and some methamphetamines, and we're gonna put a little fucking what would be a good name?
the binary whatever the binary.
Yeah, we're gonna put our local they them in there with them and see what the fuck happens. We ain't fed this Maine Coon in a week. It's been just eating straight methamphetamines and fucking rabid bats. And it's just like, fucking. I think you could take them, like, no problem. But I guarantee you that if, like, me and that big fucking crazy Savannah cat got in a fight, I am not coming out of that bitch unscathed.
Oh, no, they'll do some damage.
It's a 50-pound fucking mountain lion. It's a small-ass mountain lion, basically. You're going to fuck something up.
Or a bobcat or something, yeah.
Yeah. I had a friend who had a pet bobcat. It was kind of retarded, I think, because it was really nice. Like, you'd let you pet it, and they would play fetch with the softball. So like it was, I might have been tarded, like because he found it.
My little pit bull plays catch with a 4x4, right? It's the 4x4 fucking like pylons, a big huge fucking piece of wood.
Mm-hmm.
It's fucking bigger than her. I throw her down a fucking mountain, so that she has to run down the mountain to grab it, to haul it back up, and she can still do that for 30 fucking minutes.
Mm-mm.
I can barely even throw it anymore, and she's.
It's good exercise for her.
Oh, absolutely. Because if I didn't have her running up and down a fucking hill, it would never fucking stop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
True. Oh man. Beers.
Pop it up again.
Right? We're working on it tonight. I'm telling you.
Papapopolis.
Yep. Yep, good times. Let's see.
Mm-hmm.
What other kind of random shit have you guys been up to? The listeners don't know any of the freaking side stories we've had since we've been all busy and shit.
Sad.
I was without power and fucking in a blizzard for almost like a week straight. With little I almost lost everything again.
You're used to that up there where you're having to fight caribou and shit to get to your
Yeah, but losing power for 7-8 hours is not a problem.
Deadpool's out there with a stick breaking the ice on his toilet so he can flush it.
Right.
With the hockey stick.
7 or 8 days is different.
That's a long time. That sucks.
That's a long time in the winter. That's a lifetime.
I mean, I was to the point where I made those radiant heaters. You use a candle and they had the clay pot. I sent you a picture.
Yeah.
It was enough to keep my lab at 68. I mean, I could have left here and been comfortable.
Yeah.
But I wasn't about to leave my fucking genetics.
Not again. No.
To keep your lab at 68, that works pretty fucking well. Because it was like probably like negative 5,000 outside or some shit like that. Like penguins dying, birds falling from the air.
-5.
See, that's a lot. I mean, yeah, it's cold. It got cold here for like 3 days this winter.
What was cold? Like 20 degrees?
Yeah, pretty much.
I remember there was one day that it was warmer here than it was there. I was laughing.
What?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Just one day. Still that one day was cool.
So right before that happened, I had bought a bunch of new trees, got them in and put them in the ground. And then like the next fucking week it got cold and all the leaves fell off. I was like, damn it. Hopefully they made it.
All right.
Yeah.
Sounds like fun.
Cool.
Yeah.
So here's a question for you guys.
Okay.
Has anyone checked the Discord questions?
Oh, we got questions?
I'm asking. I'm going right now to check.
Is this cultivation questions?
No, I don't know. I'm asking topic requests for some.
Oh, topic requests. Somebody was making a bunch of resin, and that wasn't really a question.
Resin. Ooh.
And showing cactuses' eyes.
Oil that shit. Yeah, all right, maybe not. I was just trying to see if there's any questions out there.
I'm looking. We got cactus extract. Some dude talking about cactus extract.
And people, please use the Discord and put questions in there for us to talk about. Even if you want to talk about something random.
Well, we've been fucking not doing fucking shit since fucking the New Year.
Right.
Since before Christmas.
Yeah. Well, I had to move and then get everything done, and then everything went to fucking shit, and I got fucking hurt. And
I've been sidetracked on a separate mission lately a lot.
Well,
exploring the psychedelic world, so to speak.
Yeah, you have. Jesus Christ, talk about that shit. You've got more drugs recently than most people do in their life.
Oh, my God.
Allegedly.
You've been down one hell of a rabbit hole, son.
Oh boy, have I ever. I mean, allegedly ever. We're talking DMT, we're talking Harmalas, talking LSD, 2CB, you name it, man.
You're like, if it makes me see colors.
Oh, cactus. Yeah.
How was cactus? Because I always hear it's like unpleasant. You puke your guts out and shit.
I'm allegedly haven't tried it yet, but I will be soon. Allegedly. It's coming in the mail tomorrow. It will be in the mail tomorrow. It was supposed to be here today.
The San Pedro.
Yeah.
All right.
I forget the first scientific word, but the last word is Bridgessi.
Okay. There was a strange hyphae that asked about wanting to know more about dialing in your tubs and your bags.
Ooh. And I recently found out Harmalas is amazing, man. I don't know if you guys know about it.
Harmala. No.
I don't even know what a Harmala is.
Okay, are you guys familiar with ayahuasca?
Yes.
Okay, so ayahuasca is of course, for people that don't know, is the drink you go down to South America and do the ceremony, and you find out about your true self and all this other stuff, and you take. And
now it's all just a giant tourist trap. Yeah.
Yeah, you drink it, you throw up, you have visions, right? Well, Harmala.
I'm not being weird, but usually when I throw up, I have visions, anyways.
Right, Harmala. DMT is naturally found in your brain. By the way, they say there's some theory that it might be the reason that people see things when they die. You know, they saw the afterworld. They think it's a release of DMT in the body. But that's why it got the nickname. That's why it got the nickname the death drug. So if you're going to do DMT by itself, if you eat it, it does absolutely nothing to you because your body's just going to process it instantly and it's going to go away. So the only way to get it to work is to smoke it, and the high is only 15 minutes because your body processes it so fast, right? It's one of the most extreme highs we'll ever experience, but we won't get into that right now. But with ayahuasca is natural DMT and another ingredient mixed with it that makes DMT able to be taken orally, and it lasts like 8 hours.
Oh, shit. So instead of living one lifetime, you're living fucking 35 lifetimes.
So what Harmala is purified version of that chemical that allows the active to stay in your system longer. And if you purify it properly and crystallize it, you don't get the sickness from it either. You just pop a little pill and you're good to go. They call it pharmawaska. But it turns out that it's an MAOI, monoamine oxidase inhibitor. It stops the serotonin from being processed.
$10. You got it. Good pronunciation.
Yeah. And it's also a really good antidepressant. Super good antidepressant. It's like more powerful than any antidepressant you can get off the market.
Oh, yeah, because it has the serotonin blockers.
Yeah. And it's slightly hallucinogenic on higher doses by itself without even having anything else with it. But you
why are we giving this to people?
Right? Because it's free and it's natural. But you can take this stuff and you can, let's say you do a gram of shrooms and you normally just see some pretty lights. You take that Harmalas first and you do a gram of shrooms, and it just like you just did 10 grams of shrooms.
Damn.
Yeah, it works with all the psychedelics, not just the DMT. And
it'd be interesting, like, how hard is it to make? Like, is it pretty cheap to make, or?
Super cheap to make. It's a little more in depth as far as the process, but you can make like a year's supply for $10.
Dude, somebody out there,
and it's semi-legal.
Somebody out there needs to make your Harmalas and mix it within your pills with the psilocybin, and then sell that as Harmalasybin.
Yeah. They call it there's a name for it. Psilowaska.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. How much of the Harmala do you need to take in order to get effects if you take it with psilocybin? Do you need to take like a shit ton, or can you just be like
standard dose is 150 milligrams?
Oh shit, yeah, you can fucking totally mix that shit easy. The math even is easy on that. Like you need 150 milligrams of Harmala and 600 milligrams of freaking psilocybin fits in one AAA capsule.
Yep,
just easy. Like so, the math of it's really easy on that.
Yeah, and it would really stretch your shrooms out a long freaking ways.
Oh, it just make them a lot. It'd make it a lot more interesting to make party packs.
And doesn't it also make your trips more visual and better from that point on as well?
It multiplies all the effects quite a bit. Yep. Oh, and after the fact, it rewires your brain a little bit.
Nice.
But that's the DMT that rewires your brain. I'm not sure if the psilocybin would or not. We'll have to.
Dude, I'm always happy and perky as fuck for like a week or two after psilocybin trip.
Well, I'll tell you guys about. I allegedly tried DMT for the first time a while back. Allegedly, and for a long time, I've been dealing with my mushroom trips just being, everybody's talking about how they're just so wild and crazy, and most I would get is just pretty colors, just feel good. I didn't get these crazy visions or anything like that.
How do you know they were colors? Because
I know what a color is. And by the way, I have seen all the colors. I've seen colors that aren't even in this universe now, but we won't get into that. So I tried this DMT allegedly for the first time, and it was just, oh my Lord, hang on to some grass and hold on for dear life because it's different. I mean, it takes you to an entirely different universe. The world we live in is not real anymore. Okay.
Nice.
So that's all done and well and good. A week or so later, I thought, I'm going to try some DMT again. But the come up on DMT is so hard and so fast that it's almost like causes a panic attack because it happens so hard. I mean, it's like you're ripped out of your body into another universe instantaneously, right? Literally, your body doesn't exist anymore. But so I thought, I'm just going to take a little bit of shrooms, get to come up from those, and then smoke a little DMT. And it'll be great. So I just
prime it a little.
So I make a 2 gram. I think it was Lizard King tea. Nothing extreme. Yeah. Just 2 grams, and I take this down. I'm waiting for it to come up, and oh my God. I wake up the next morning naked in my bedroom, never made it down to the DMT room. I was seeing animals. I was at a carnival visiting creatures, and I mean, just off of shrooms, just straight shrooms. I was like, what in the world just happened? It was great.
Nice.
I never experienced anything like that off of shrooms before. Ever.
I wonder if the Harmalas make it so that...
this had nothing to do with Harmalas. This was just from one DMT trip.
But I'm just wondering off the side is that if the Harmalas make it so that you don't so sensitized or desensitized so quickly to mushrooms.
That's another. I'm currently manskiing my first. I haven't tried the Harmalas yet. I'm manskiing them right now. That's one of the steps in the chemical process. It's not a required step. It's just if you want the purest. I mean, allegedly. Mansky was a famous chemist that did a lot of work with psychedelic drugs, and they named a process for cleaning them up after him.
Is it Rosinol lighter fluid?
No, it's Mansky. You already have a freebase of your whatever you want to isolate, and when you Mansky it, you mix it with a super saturated salt solution. And, it causes it to precipitate in crystal form instead of freebase form. So it's the absolute most purest version of it. And then you can take those crystals and clean them up and turn it back into a freebase if you want to do other things with it. But, that's here and there. You know me, I love the science.
Oh, yeah, no, science is awesome.
Yeah. But, the Ronsinol lighter fluid is not recommended for working with the DMT extraction if you decide to do that. You want to have a clean non-polar solvent, something that you can throw on a mirror and evaporate and it doesn't leave anything behind is the goal. You can use heptane, or heptane is preferred. But,
I was about to say heptane or methylfloxytrexone.
You can use naphtha, but you want to use what's it called? LM and P or something like that. I forget the letters on it. It'll say on the jar, and then you want to test it for purity. Make sure nothing stays behind on a mirror or a piece of glass when you evaporate some.
If it stays on the glass, it stays on your lungs.
Right.
Well, this is really interesting. I'm going to have to look into the Harmaline thing.
Research it a little bit. You'd be surprised. I didn't know it existed. I got into some other crazy groups, and they were teaching me the ways.
I like.
Let's be honest, Trim. You were trading knowledge.
Oh yes. I was teaching them the way of the mushroom, of course. And they were eating it up. They didn't know hardly anything about. These people were experts in all the other psychedelics, and they're like, "So you grow the mushrooms?" I'm like, "Well, yeah."
Let me take you under my wing. Well, lots of people grow mushrooms, but not a lot of people I would consider to be like cultivators of mushrooms.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, there's a lot of people that think you could just inject spores in a bag and mushrooms pop out magically.
And sometimes it does work that way.
Yeah, it really does once in a while.
Yeah, sometimes you can do stuff really that simple.
But do you want to be a farmer? Or do you want to be a guy who throws seeds out your front door and hope you get a tomato someday?
In Texas, it can literally happen like that. Literally, it's that easy.
True.
But we got another thing somebody else was talking about here. They wanted to talk about more about different psilocybin extracts, like
alcohol extractions and blue honey.
Alcohol, blue honey, things like that. We've talked a little bit about blue honey.
We did. Especially we had tea on there too. I just did it with the my ultrasonic cleaner. I did it a little while ago.
I have to get permission, but I have an idea for a future podcast or a future topic.
Okay.
I got to get permission from the guy who invented it. But I know a guy who has figured out a way. He's a chemist. I don't know if he wants to be named yet or not. He knows how to take CBD powder, the pure CBD powder.
Yeah.
He has figured out a way and had it scientifically tested and shared the reports to turn CBD powder into pure THC.
God bless
it was 98 point something % pure Delta 8 and Delta 9 THC when you had it tested.
Oh my goodness. That's going to piss off some people.
Yeah, that's why I don't know if he wants to share it yet or not. So that's a possible future.
What did you do with your ultrasonic thing and your blue honey, Deadpool?
No, I didn't do it with my blue honey. Blue honey is just a dry mix. I did that with a tincture. Just fucking dry it up, grind it up, and fucking let it sit in there in the fucking grain alcohol. And it just breaks up the cell walls and it smells the whole fucking lab for fucking days. Like fucking mushrooms and a fucking street hobo. But, nothing special. I mean,
I know
it works. It works really well.
I know one of our friends was trying to make some recently. I told him, man, mine turned into sludge, so don't use my recipe.
Okay. So now you're talking about blue honey or the ultrasonic cleaner?
Blue honey. I thought that was the same thing.
No. Ultrasonic cleaner, you're using alcohol, and so that you can go ahead and make a tincture or whatever you want to do.
An alcohol extraction.
And then that way you can use that stuff to make the candies, so that there's no grounds in the candies.
That's really
smart. You're adding liquid. Yeah, so it's just a liquid. But the blue honey, I've done that for fucking almost as long as I've been growing mushrooms.
Back to this alcohol extraction. So if you extract psilocybin, I'm assuming you're using something like Everclear or something, right?
Yeah.
Do you evaporate the Everclear off and does something stay behind, or you just leave it as an alcohol form?
Okay, here's what you do. When you're breaking it up in the alcohol, you're measuring it. So now you know how much you have. Okay? So now you're going to evaporate that down afterwards. So if say you have 100 grams, all right, and you'll bring that down to 100 milligrams of liquid. You'll know exactly how much you get per dropper. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so you just use by volume.
Yeah.
And leave it as liquid. Yeah. Okay. That's what I was checking.
Yeah, no, because you can crystallize the stuff. You can oversaturate it and then fucking
manscape, pretty much. Yeah.
But I've never done that.
Version of that.
Yeah. I mean, all you're doing is fucking, You're gonna let it evaporate down until
I honestly didn't know if psilocybin had a crystal form. That's what I was curious about.
I have seen it. So I've never done it. I mean,
I did it with a rotovap. Yeah. So a rotovap, for people who don't know, it's this little. It's basically like a round flask that sits in a hot water bath and has a vacuum pump coming out the top of it, hooked into a cork, basically, that goes on the top. And you put your solution inside of it, and you just set it to rotate. And so it just heats up and pulls underneath the vacuum, so that any of the steam and everything gets out, and it only leaves behind just like the base. And so it forms crystals on the inside of the glass. And you can take it and tap it and break the crystals up and get your long-handled freaking spoon and put it down in there and scrape all the crystals up.
If I was gonna do that, I want my shit to look like Aftershock. You remember the alcohol when we were kids?
I do remember it. Does it still exist?
I don't know. Avalanche, Aftershock.
I think it was cinnamon liquor with peppermint crystals or something like that.
Yeah, something like that. It was crazy though.
Yeah.
Yeah, the blue one or the red one.
I think one was peppermint liquor with cinnamon crystals. The other one was cinnamon.
The only one I remember is red. Like so.
Yeah, that one was Avalanche. No, Avalanche was the blue one. Aftershock was the red one. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
but it was great.
Aftershock. I'm gonna Google that.
That's cool.
Oh wait, I gotta type liquor with Aftershock. Apparently, LIQUOR.
Yeah, if you just put Aftershock, you're gonna get a video game.
Good Lord! You can buy it, but it's expensive.
It's still a thing?
Oh, yeah, there it is.
And there is a blue one and a red one. Yeah.
Yeah, the blue one should have been called Avalanche. Or maybe Avalanche was the flavor. I don't know. That was a long fucking time ago. Like damn near 25 years ago.
Right?
Yeah. It's been a minute.
Holy Jesus! $230 for a bottle.
I'm thinking it's no longer made, and you're buying a really old bottle.
Yeah, it'd be worth it just to have it on my shelf. Maybe you think maybe they'll trade me for a couple ounces of fucking.
Maybe.
That's like, remember Goldschlager? I don't know if that's still a thing or not either.
Oh, that's still around. That's still there.
I've seen it recently in a little plastic bottle.
Yeah,
it was like a 120 ml plastic bottle.
Yeah, you get those at the fucking the gas stations on your way home from drinking all night. Make sure you're sober on your way home.
Right. You got to straighten out, so you can drive a little further.
On a good cold turkey on the way home.
Well, it doesn't say if they stopped making it in this article, but yeah, they were talking about how it was gross. I thought it was actually pretty tasty back in the day.
It was good stuff.
Before you develop taste buds, son.
True, I was drinking old English 800 beer because it was $1 a quart too. So.
Oh my God!
I was drinking Avalanche and Boone's wine.
Strawberry Hill, yes sir.
All right, what else? Oh yeah, the blue honey.
Hangover in a bottle.
Yeah. Okay, the blue honey shit. The sludge. Now, whenever you want to do your blue honey, the important part is you have to make sure that the fruits are good. There's you don't want to put that in there, even though it's dehydrated. You know a lot of times you're like stir flush, you might get a Tammy in there. You start seeing what popping up, and then you're like, all right, good. I got my good 2 flushes. I'm set. But if you put any of those in blue honey, you will. But you're basically putting that bacteria inside a fucking, love tank.
First flush, primo, pick of the crop ones. Huh?
Yeah, you want that to be nice and clean, and use sterile tech when you're making it. I mean, I use sterile tech for fucking everything because I'm in a fucking barn. But
so don't stir it with my fingers or nothing like that, huh?
Yeah, don't fuck it. Yeah, don't fuck it. And you'll be okay. Gotcha. And the longer it depends. Like you could do it and you'll be set right away if you want, because it'll still work if you leave the grounds in there. Now, you can also warm it up to room temperature and put it through, a cheesecloth and take everything out. So it's just looks like regular fucking honey, and you don't have that chewiness to it.
Gotcha.
That does take a long ass time.
I'm wondering if I didn't grind mine up too much, because I had it like in a powder form when I made it, and there was
More
no
surface area is
filtering
good.
that.
Well, if you warm it up a little, all the ground should go to the bottom, and you could just scoop out the top.
Okay.
Honey. You don't want to use, because if you heat it up, the honey up enough, I think it fucks up the psilocybin.
Okay. What about like a water bath?
Well, there's no
That's what
oxygen in honey, so like you shouldn't be. Even if it was warmed up, it wouldn't have anything to oxidize.
I don't know.
You would think that, but there's a top to that jar, and the stuff on the top gets bad. And then when you rotate it around, you're just spreading rot, because you have to keep flipping the blue honey jars. You're not just leaving it on a fucking shelf, because it won't do shit. It'll sit there and it'll stop like a quarter way down, because I used to do a jar to ounce of honey. I mean, I'm sorry, an ounce of fruits to a jar of honey. And that should go down and hit the top quarter of the jar of the fucking fruit. And it'll just sit there. It won't keep going down. You actually have to turn it upside down. Then you have to mix it a few times. You have to mix it if you want it done right, you do it every about a week or so. The colder, the better.
Okay, I got to be the guy who asks also. Is it worth the trouble to make blue honey?
Well, I wonder if you could just put the whole jar in a rock tumbler.
You don't know, because you don't want to move. You're only doing it to mix it. You want it sitting still on a shelf as cold as possible, because you're trying to get the psilocybin out of the fruit. And if it's constantly moving, I don't think it works as well. Never tried it. So, I mean, I'm not saying not the FAFO that shit. I'd be interested.
I mean, like I have a.
I'm a big fan of the rock tumbler, so.
Yeah, I have a Frankfurt Arsenal tumbler that I could put like a big jar of honey, a half gallon of honey on there, and just let it roll indefinitely, right?
Right.
I don't know if just because I. I mean, it's yeah.
Well, here's
well, I'm just sitting here thinking, is you're just trying to get the psilocybin out of it into the fluid, and so it needs to be exposed to new. That's why you're flipping it over, you're mixing it, is so that it doesn't get exposed to new areas that doesn't have psilocybin in it. So you can get like that through osmosis, because it's not it's such a thick fluid, it's going to have to work by osmosis.
Right.
It's just the osmotic pressure of the honey is higher than the pressure inside of the dehydrated mushroom. So you're going to have a replacement there. The mushroom's going to get full of honey and push out the interior parts of the cells out into the honey. I don't think it would matter.
Is that kind of like is that called for steaks? The Briard, where you put the salt on there? Is that what that's called?
Maillard reaction?
Maillard, that's what it is.
Yeah.
Maillard.
All right. Yeah, Maillard. The reason I know that is I have a big ass, like 8-pound container of citric acid that is name brand is Maillard. And I was like, that's so smart, because they have like all these different like chemical products that are for food. Like they're basically like food chemists, and you can buy bulk of any type of chemical for food. And it's all from the Maillard, because it's like they like the Maillard reaction or whatever. So
branding.
That's what they say. Yeah, it's great branding. Love that company, man. You can buy all sorts of weird and interesting things. Like you want to buy just pure gelatin, you can get up there. You want to buy just pure citric acid, pharmaceutical grade, you can get it there too.
Nice.
But what about if I wanted an Asian, or
I I don't know if we're going to be allowed to import those for very much longer, sir. We're quite angry at China at the moment, and China is trying to World War fucking III, everybody.
Listen, you've got more fucking guests going through your fucking property every fucking day. I mean, what the hell? Are you by the border? Do you get to see all the?
No, I'm not. I am not by the border. If I was by the border, I would. Okay, I get hypothetically.
Are we talking about shooting people or
no.
Fucking poison ivy in the air or
no. All those things would be great, but no. I don't understand why we can't let the attractive people in. Okay, like they need to be like, okay, you're coming to fucking the land of milk and honey here in fucking America. We like if you're a 7 and above, we're gonna let you in. But like if you're like a 6.8 and fucking below, then I'm sorry, you're getting deported. But for everyone we let in, can we get rid of an ugly person?
I'd be gone in a hurry. I'd be like on the first boat out of here.
No, but like we can. Okay, for every attractive person we let in, we can get rid of 2 ugly people on welfare. It's gonna fucking even out real quick. Not only will we raise the overall attractivity of fucking America, but we'll get rid of a bunch of leeches at the same time. It's fucking great.
Talking about you're bringing the leeches in.
And how about instead of attractive people, we switch that to useful?
If they're already going to be attractive, they're going to have something to do. Whether that is finding someone to sexually service, who is a productive human and can afford to pay to have a trophy wife, or America. Whatever. This is America, land of the trophy husband and stuff.
Yeah. So, anyways, the music. So we're going to this music. We're going to this music festival
right
along. June. And speaking of fucking blue honey, for the festival, I am making blue honey, but instead of using regular fruit, I was going to do Enigma. I was. They got fucking 5 bags going right now, but I've come up with a better thing. Even stronger. I did today huge fucking harvest of truffles. And I'm going to hide the truffles and make truffle honey.
How come you can't make like Harmala honey with DMT in it?
You can.
Why couldn't you?
Why can't you add the Harmala? Would the Harmala mix with the honey or stay in the crystalline form?
Okay, first off, this is for a music festival where you're going to be walking around. So I'm assuming
you don't do your own drugs. You do the safe drugs and you distribute the questionable ones. That's how America works, sir.
It takes one person to have a bad fucking trip.
I think it's going to be more like a red pill, blue pill kind of thing, where you take the Harmala, let it kick in, and then you take whatever other drug you want with it.
Oh, okay. I'm just like
that's probably the best way. Yeah,
Harmala honey sounds like something you would write a country song about.
Yeah,
Darius Rucker.
You take your Harmala first, and then you can take whatever you want, and honey, you good to go.
Yeah. Harmala honey, Darius Rucker, get on it, son.
I'm thinking like a 36-hour cactus trip over there. Why not?
Oh my God! So, I've just heard that the cactus is not that pleasant. Okay, so everybody I've heard that I've talked to that's done cactus has been like, man, it makes you sick to your stomach and you're queasy and blah blah blah. I'm like, why the fuck would you want to? I take drugs, okay, hypothetically, because I want to allegedly feel good. I don't want to take them because I want to puke my fucking guts out like ayahuasca or anything like that.
All right. First off, the ayahuasca, I've never done it myself. Mm-hmm. But one of my guys over there in Beardy's fucking crew, he does all that shit. He used to have a huge farm and shit. But I believe it's the skin. If you cut it up and you leave the skin in there, that fucks up your fucking system. If you just
skin and and the scent.
Yeah.
You want to get rid of those two things.
Yeah, there's like a
Dude,
there's
I
like a
swear they put Ipecac in that shit because like all these damn tourists go down there and they've watched YouTube videos and so they want the fucking full pukey experience.
well, then those fucking bulimic fucks need to go ahead and fucking do what they gotta do. It doesn't matter.
Well, there is a way to chemically isolate the active compounds out of the cactus too, and get rid of all the shit that makes you sick.
I wonder if it's a different type of trip.
It probably is somewhat, but
It's kind of like the toad venom, where you got the one that's fucking.
Oh,
legit.
that's dangerous.
You get a fucking frog, or then you got the one that you're making in the lab.
don't do toad venom, kids. That's not good stuff.
I have a fucking story about that. So my brother was a fucking idiot. And he would go and catch all of these fucking toads when we were growing up and squirt, pinch their fucking venom glands onto fucking zigzag paper and roll it up and smoke it. And get like horribly ill. And he'd be like, well, it's not the brown toads. And he'd go and look for a different color.
My God. He's
just going from toad to toad. It's like, that's not a good one.
Yeah, it's not the brown ones with the dark brown stripe. It's not those ones. Those ones made me shit myself and fucking throw up for 8 hours.
Okay,
toes if they're black.
Yeah.
Okay, you guys have access to FAFO podcast picks, right?
Yeah.
I'd imagine so. It's my server.
Yeah.
You got to send that to your brother-in-law. I sent a little gift there.
Oh no, I haven't.
Wow. The original, that's just a gift clip.
Yeah.
The original was Homer stranded on his island, and he just kept licking toads until finally one of them got what he wanted.
Yeah. I like the Hypnotoad with like the eyes going all crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, Hypnotoad is the best toad.
In the original clip of that video, though, he's sitting there. He has like 40 frogs there. He just picks them up and licks one after another until his eyes finally get big. He's like, "Yep, that's the one."
Yeah, no, that would have been my actual biological brother, who I haven't talked to in. Oh my God, Jesus! Let's see, 35 years, 30 years, yeah.
But for a pod, I do need to make a safety statement for everybody. If you're interested in DMT,
drugs are bad, okay?
If you're interested in DMT, you cannot have done opioids within 30 days of doing it. It's for your own safety. If you have been doing opioids and they're still in your system, there's a chance, it's not guaranteed, there's a chance it can cause serotonin syndrome.
Ooh, that's a good syndrome too. That's lots of seizures.
Yeah, so it's a safety thing. Don't do opioids if you want to do DMT, kids. And another thing, don't do toad venom, 5-MeO DMT. That's the only DMT that's ever been known to actually kill somebody.
Oh, yeah. Well, my brother didn't die, I don't think. I don't know. Maybe he's dead now. Who knows?
I don't see it's being worth the risk. When regular DMT will fuck you up more than anything you ever experienced in your life, and it's perfectly safe.
How long does DMT stay in your system? Like could somebody do DMT? Okay, so I wonder how many of the fucking calls or how many people I've seen that have serotonin syndrome that are younger people.
Dude, I don't know.
Are because they have done DMT and fucking had
I honestly don't know if they could even like you, if you had somebody overdose or whatever, or freaked out on it or whatever. I'm not 100% sure you would even be able to test for it. I mean, it would be so hard to detect.
No. I'm just wondering how many, because I've seen, in my 20 some odd years of being in EMS, 5, 6 serotonin syndromes. They were all like younger people, under 30. So I wonder, one of them was due to an antidepressant. They had a very bad reaction to a new antidepressant that they were prescribed. It was Myrna, I think. Mm-hmm. No. Yeah, they had. Okay, so it was Myrna is the birth control. But the birth control makes people go fucking insane, so they don't sell it anymore. Like, it literally makes people insane.
Sounds like they had women.
No, dude. I have seen some crazy fucking shit on Myrna. There was a big class action. They took it off the shelves. but it was an implantable freaking birth control that just made people schizophrenic.
Wow.
Like a small a small percentage. Like by a small percentage, I mean like 5%. Yeah, 5%. You know, it's going to stop you from having a little fuck trophy, but you know what? You got a 5% chance of going absolutely ape shit and stabbing your family to death. You know, and
that's a 1 in 20. What the fuck? That's not good. That's a 1 in 20.
So they took it off the show. But there for a while, it was wild. You'd see like, every hospital had at least one patient that was going through psychosis directly related to that. Like at any time, like an ER at any time. So, and there was like, 10 or 15 hospitals in the area. So it was, 10 or 15 cases a night. But anyway, I wonder how many of the serotonin syndromes I've seen were because people did like a DMT or DMT derivative and had opioids in the system.
It's possible. It'd be almost impossible to, like nail it down on the head and like, this is what happened unless they told you.
Oh, yeah. No, every single one of them I've checked up on have been like, oh, it was idiopathic, which means they don't fucking know, right?
Mm-hmm.
Idiopathic just means, what happens, happens. It happened. We don't really know. It just happened. So I'm wondering if well, maybe that's what happened.
It doesn't happen to everybody, but there's a chance if you've been doing opioids, it's best just to wait until it's out of your system.
I just like those weird science things like that. I like to look out for it. So,
but other than that, there's been no known ill effects from DMT. None. I mean, I've never heard of anybody getting crazy and killing themselves on it or anything because you literally lose control of your body while you're on it. So
everybody I've seen on DMT is couch locked.
Yeah, you literally so I'm told once you take the last hit and you're looking at your hand, you're like, what the fuck is that thing? I don't know what that's for. And then after a while, you're gone. Yeah. I mean, literally, it's like all you can do to set down your smoking device.
Yeah, I saw a video once of somebody doing DMT, and they just like fell back into the sofa on the last hit.
You just smile. You're smiling there, having a nice dream.
Yeah, their like head was back, and they were just staring up at the fucking ceiling. And then like a few minutes later, they came back and like, oh my god! And they started telling this huge story, and you're like, wow, that all happened in like just a few minutes.
Yes, it's amazing. I cannot believe that the human brain can possibly create the things that you see when you're doing that. It's undescribable complicated. I mean, it's crazy.
Maybe it doesn't, and we're just in a fucking simulation, and you're just skipping out of the fucking simulation.
That's one of the theories that we're in a big video game, and somebody presses pause on the game, and we get to meet the devs while we're in there. You know what I mean? Holy shit! It's just
well, maybe I'll do more drugs since I can't currently work. So.
You're on the opioids, though, fucker. You can't do them right now.
No, I'm not. I'm not on anything. I don't fucking hurt at the moment.
I thought they gave you like
They did, but all I did was just store them.
Oh, you didn't. I thought they gave you what the hell's that one?
They gave me a lot. They gave me Dilaudid, like a bunch of Dilaudid injections. They gave me a bunch of Valium injections. They gave me morphine. But they sent me home with like Norco 15s and a whole bunch of other shit. And they sent me home with Norco 15s and Toradol and muscle relaxer. And but I was like, I think I can just kind of power through as long as I don't do anything. And after 3 days, like I didn't hurt anymore. I just had I filled the prescriptions and just put them on my fucking emergency shit. Yeah. Like, in case somebody gets hurt.
When I was a young man in my 20s, I was roofing a house and I took a header off the house, but the concrete walkways slowed my fall on the way down.
Nice. That was nice of it.
So I ended up in the hospital with my face wired shut and busted up. And nurse walks in after I come to after all the surgery, and she's like, "You feeling pain?" And I'm like, "Uh-huh." My face is all wired shut. She goes, squirt something in my IV, and oh boy. A few hours later, she comes in later. I'm starting to hurt again. She's like, "You feeling pain?" She's like, "Uh-huh." "You got any Tylenol instead? Because whatever you gave me last time was too much." That was the morphine they gave me. I couldn't even move my legs to go pee.
Oh, dude. Let me tell you what. I do not like Dilaudid. I don't fucking stand why everybody always wants Dilaudid. To me, like I don't even take Tylenol because I'm fucking allergic to NSAIDs. I can't take Tylenol and I can't take fucking ibuprofen, right? Like I can't take Tylenol brand Tylenol. There's something in fucking Tylenol brand Tylenol that fucks me up. And ibuprofen, just a terrible idea. I have a bad reaction to ibuprofen. So, like I can take the Norcos, but I have to take like there's a bunch of like 2 Zyrtec before I take a Norco, and then I won't like puff up, but I'll still be itchy from the acetaminophen. But so I don't take anything. When I get hurt, I just have a couple beer, right? Like I pull a muscle, might be some whiskey, but so I hadn't taken. I had never had Dilaudid in my life, and she's like, "We're gonna give you some Dilaudid." I was like, "Okay." She's like, "You ever had Dilaudid before?" I was like, "No." Well, the doctor has 5 milligrams ordered for you. And I was like, "That seems like a lot." And she's like, "It's okay." And pushes it in my thing, and I was like, "Ugh." It was just like to me, it was like a weird kind of half out of body. Like it didn't stop the pain, but I just didn't care so much about it anymore, right? Like, but I still knew it was there, and it still felt like someone's trying to chew me out from the inside. And I was super not happy with it because I just focused on what was literally going on with me at the moment. And then I went to sleep, but I had some trippy ass dreams. But I was like, I didn't like Dilaudid. So then they went to the regular morphine, which, well, I like morphine. I could see why people do fucking morphine. Morphine and me, we got along great.
Oof.
Like it was
too much for me. Too much.
It was the full body warmness and happiness and sunshine. So I was like, okay, I don't hurt at all. Give me another one of them. They gave me 7 milligrams of morphine IV the first time, and then 8 the next time with when they tried to reduce. I have so people don't know is I was working and I ended up with lifting really heavy people. I ended up with a incarcerated hernia. So I ended up with about a 1-inch break in my abdominal wall that about 8 inches of guts came through, which sucks, but it didn't cut off the blood supply to it. So it was just considered incarcerated and not like, hey, we have to do surgery on it today. But it was extremely painful. And then they're like, we're going to try to reduce it. And I was like, what do you mean reduce it? Like, we're going to try to push it back in. I was like, oh, hell no. And so they gave me 8 of freaking morphine, like 2 more Dilaudid, an entire stick of freaking Valium, and then put me on oxygen because they're like, you stopped breathing there for a minute. I was like, no shit. I can't even remember to breathe. And, oh, God, they started pushing on it. And that fucking hurt. My wife's like, you better stop. He's going to fucking kick your ass. But it hurt. It hurt. Wow. It hurt. They're like, oh, we'll come back in 30 minutes and try again. I was like, oh, hell no. So, yeah, it doesn't hurt now, but I can't lift anything anymore. Not until I get surgery.
I hope it goes well. I can't believe that. Man, they got to have some kind of robotic thing to fix you up better than new. Well, come on, man.
What they're gonna do is they're basically gonna cut me open and put a piece of push everything back in, cut open the little tear better, push everything back in, and then put a big ass fucking piece of mesh in. But it's considered high risk because it's right around my umbilical, right? Mm-hmm. Where there's already like a hole in your abdominal wall. If it was somewhere off to the side or lower, then it wouldn't be a high risk surgery. Because like it's already got a hole there. I was like, I don't give a shit. I don't need a belly button. Fucking cut the bitch out. I don't give a shit. But no, so I have to go see a specialist.
Well, do you need a belly button?
No. What the fucking good does it do me? It lost all of its use, fucking 30 seconds after I was born.
Right. That's why I don't know. I don't know the doctor stuff. I'm not a doctor, so I didn't know if it had some secret use or something.
It has no secret use. But yeah. So now they just put me on fucking restrictions. They're like, that's your only restriction. You can go back to work. call my work. Work's like, no. They're like, you can't lift. You can't run around with the ambulance and save people. I was like, I have people that lift. You think I lift things all the time? No. The rule is lift with your firefighters, not with your back. Right? You make the fucking firefighters lift everything. They fucking love that shit. They sit around all day long making fucking badass, calendars just so they can go out there and lift somebody and be like, thank you. I haven't successfully put a fire out or saved a building in my entire career, but I can put you in the back of an ambulance. But no, I don't hate firefighters. Love you guys. I love the firefighters. I have a great relationship with the firefighters. But you don't call firefighters to save your house. You call them to get all your shit wet. Your house is totaled. As soon as you call the fire department. Ouch. They show up and break everything, get everything fucking soaking ass wet, and then run away. Yeah. So I'm broke.
So I'm growing turkey tail, a whole flush of turkey tail, by the way.
Hey, did it ever? No. I was going to ask you. I saw you had the top of your bag open. I would grow it more like reishi, and I would have had it like I would have just poked a couple holes inside the bag. This turkey tail comes out.
If you notice, I have two different tubs I'm using. I'm using a shotgun fruiting chamber, and I'm using my hybrid system. And then one of each bag, one's an open, and one's a slit. So
okay, I figure the slit would work better. I figure the slit would work better because, like in the wilderness, when I've come across turkey tail, it grows in like the bark. Like the slits in the bark. Where the bark
but in my research, if you cut the top off a bag, you will get a whole rosette. That whole top will look like a fucking flower of turkey tail.
Oh, that'd be cool shit.
And you can actually pull it off and scrape it out, and it's like a turkey tail bowl.
Oh, that'd be cool.
I don't know if you can do that indoors, but we will find out.
Like we shall find out. I've never grown turkey tails. So.
Oh, the closest I've got is reishi, Yeah. Which I guess is kind of like a turkey tail relative, isn't it? Are they even related? It's like Asian turkey tail?
I don't know.
I don't think. Maybe.
Turkey tail's more tender though, isn't it?
Turkey tail? No, it's like fucking chewing out a rock.
It's like or is it fucking hockey puck.
Or is it chicken of the woods that looks like that?
Chicken of the woods is a good edible.
Chicken of the woods is about like chicken breast. It really is.
Yeah, turkey tail.
Chicken of the woods, I'm not a big fan. Yeah, I'm not like a big fan of like eating mushrooms. I'll eat some of the ones I grow. Like I'll eat the shit out of shiitake and stuff. But most of the other ones kind of taste fishy to me. But turkey, but like chicken of the woods is something that I will fucking eat. I'll make tacos and shit out of that stuff. Like it really is quite delicious.
Cool.
Yeah, it really
now
is.
Now you're making me want to grow some.
Has anybody gotten chicken of the woods real well? Like I've fucked with it a little bit, but
I've never had the genetics.
I never had anything that was like better than what I could find outdoors, right? Like I'd had little bitty fucking bits of it come out, like a couple inches, but I've never had like, oh look, I can grow this giant ass section of it off like you do with like trumpets or something, like a massive flush.
No, I haven't seen anything like that, but I have seen the fucking morels popping like crazy in industrial fucking shit now. You can see that?
We talked about it. All you need is ryegrass to fucking get it going.
Yeah.
Cool it down and grow some fucking ryegrass in there. It makes friends with the little fucking roots and then grows like a motherfucker. Yeah. They're just fruiting it like in basically walk-in refrigerators.
Yeah.
We keep it like below 50 degrees.
Send it through a freeze cycle and then warm it up to spring temps, huh?
No, they're layering in. They're putting all their like their substrate and stuff is down the bottom. Then a layer of fucking dirt on top of it, and then they're planting, just throwing ryegrass seeds, like just cheap fucking shitty perennial rye on top of it. Mm-hmm. And then they're misting the shit out of it and putting it like in above a light source that's on for like, I think it's like 9.5 or 10 hours a day. And then off, and then, just to get the grass growing. By the time the grass gets up about, 2 inches or so, your first fucking morels are popping up.
Cool. Yeah, because that's the only time it fruits naturally is right at way in the spring, and that's it.
Yep. It's something about those seeds popping and sending down their fucking triticles and their roots and stuff is what's causing it to fucking,
maybe the morels are a mycorrhizal. And they need to have that interaction with the fucking.
That's what people are thinking now.
And the baby grass seeds are telling them, "Hey, it's spring." That makes sense.
Yeah. But we talked about that quite a while ago.
Oh yeah, we were talking about the fridge and yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try again to get some good genetics this year. Man, I've had bad luck with them. It's so hard to get clean. Well, yeah, I eat a lot of them.
He's like, I found 30 of them. I only made it home with one. I don't know what happened.
There's a yellow and blacks, right? And the yellows seem to be really easy to cultivate, where the blacks are a little bit harder.
I have blacks on agar right now because aluminum sent them to me.
Nice. That's fucking sweet. Thank you, aluminum. But there was I told you how back in the fucking day you would cultivate the freaking mushrooms that you found is you just put them in the
mixer, the blender, and your fucking spray.
Yeah, you'd blend them up with the what the hell kind of it's the
ninja?
No, buttermilk. You blend them up with fucking buttermilk and water, and then you put them in a 5-gallon bucket, throw a bubbler in there for a little bit, like overnight, and then you go and pour that wherever the fuck you want. And they grow. So, yeah, there was a thing, I think Boy's Life, like way back in the day about cultivating mushrooms that way. And that's where I freaking learned about it. It was like in the back of like a 1996 fucking Boy's Life magazine.
Crazy.
It worked.
So, I think motherfuckers got any fungus growing right now?
Me? Not intentionally.
I have a little bit of stuff on plates and a little bit on grain, but nothing giant.
I got turkey tail growing out there in the mesquite forest. Just on just mesquite logs. I have a lot of these very large mesquite logs that are like, 8 inches in diameter that I want to pull over and like half bury and do a big shiitake grow out of mesquite.
Yeah, I got a little bit of Enigma going, a little bit of Lizard King. All the gourmets are going, of course. And I'm trying to think, there was something else I had going. Can't remember. A pink buffalo, maybe?
Oh, nice. Thai pink buffalo?
Yeah.
When it comes to some of these new stuff I see growing, everybody's got like there's some new shit that's came out in the last couple of months. Like, how much more potent is that than the stuff that we've been growing?
They're not
keep up with all the new stuff, man. There's so much.
You're looking at the top. They top out at like 3%.
A lot of people have been talking about
the badass lizard king. The badass lizard king that we fucking grew back in the day is just as good as this weird, newest crazy shit. Then, huh?
Oh, I know. 2 grams of lizard king sent me on a 7-hour adventure. I'll tell you that much.
On some of the ones that we've isolated down for potency and stuff, like the ODP I sent you,
yeah, it's good. That's a good one.
I mean, that's been done, and so I had that on for a long time. But I mean, the new ones now, they're like they grow normal shit, but it's the fucking. I think they're topping out at like 3%, and that's good. It's great, But
a lot of people in the community have been talking about pans lately, though. I don't know why the big thing with pans. I've never actually grown pans.
It's the same reason why people can't just fucking grow mushrooms, and they gotta fucking everyone wants to cross something. Everybody wants 35 fucking R's at the end of their fucking name. I don't know. I just think it's ridiculous. But
what is the absolute easiest tech to grow pads?
That'd be a Deadpool question. I haven't done that.
That is a Deadpool question. That was a soft shirt out the fucking Deadpool.
Dude, I mean, you can literally grow pans. I mean, just use your regular CVG with a thick casing.
Yeah, that's the trick to pans is the casing, right?
Yes.
Okay, that's what I always encourage.
I mean, I'm not talking like a fucking half inch or something. You want it like fucking almost inch and a half, 2 inches deep.
Oh, okay, a really thick casing. I got you. Like almost as thick as your substrate.
Yeah, you won't actually. Whenever I've done it, I usually like to keep mine between 2 and 3 inches for my cakes. But when I do those, I like to keep it about 4 or 5 inches with an inch or two of casing on top.
Oh, okay.
So, it. But I'm
okay. So your next growing pans, how are they for potency comparing to cubes? Or is there really that much to write home about, or why are people bragging them up so much?
I'll just be honest with you. I've never even taken them myself.
Okay.
I just grow because I like to grow. Never did them. So
have they started fucking with pans like you do cubes and making weird?
Yeah, dude. Dude, everybody's fucking mixing everything with everything. You got these people that collect the monos, so it's like
I've got some pan,
the whole fucking market
Deadpool,
is
cyan reverts coming up.
Right. Fuck you. But no, I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, it's fun. But now people, that's all they want to do. It's like now people are trading monos. So they don't even have to do the work anymore. Now they're getting monos from people and making crosses. And it's like this great grand, But then these fuckers are still selling their shit after the first fucking grow because it looks great. And, you can show me pictures of fucking spores under a microscope or fucking mycelia and clamps, all you fucking want. Don't mean fucking shit to me because I can copy and paste too. So
they don't take the time to stabilize anything.
Exactly. It's like, don't get me wrong. I love Toke. Toke's nice. Okay. Toke is I like the way it looks, and I've been working up the same. That was one of the very few that I was able to save, and I still got my nice top hats. But as soon as you hit that spore from there, and you try to keep that going, you have no idea what the fuck you get. But they told you that when you got it. That's why you're able to pick between your F7 and F8.
The only time to really get something that's gonna be exactly the same is a clone.
Yeah, absolutely. Tissue samples are the way to go. And you don't want to know what? I've been fucking. It's weird. I just figured I'd try something different, but this whole build-up now that I've been doing to get my library back, I just now started doing agar again because I lost all my agar and I was just I didn't want to do it. I mean, but now how many do I have here next to me? I've got 12 on plates, but I've got almost 20 in the library that are growing on grain and everything. But everything I've been doing has been strictly grain only. My swabs, I took my petals. I was putting them in grain jars. All right, so I'm getting everything through grain. I'm not doing agar to get them started, but. Oh yeah, and so how I make fun of people for the corn, like the corn's the best thing in the world. Oh, we're gonna find out. So I have 4 flats of jars next to me. I've got Tractor Supply whole corn, Tractor Supply whole drippy corn. I've got a regular Jiffy drippy corn. Then I've got oats. And then I've got Peptone oats.
Okay.
So
and
I'm going to run all 4 of them to see if there is a difference. But I'm going to say this. I mean, I go by facts. As far as making the corn, It is so much fucking easier. And if putting a fucking quarter cup of fucking syrup in the fucking water during the pre-soak makes as big of a difference as people say, I'm going to swap the corn because I have this jar of corn done in, I'm talking with piecing, within 5 hours.
Oh, wow.
And that's the first one, put it in there and getting it up to pressure and cooking it for 20 minutes, then letting it cool down, then draining it, and then jarring it up, and then cooking it for another 2.5 hours. All right? That, I can have a fucking batch done within 5 hours. And it was simple and so easy to clean up. Oats, I mean, don't get me wrong, not hard to clean up, but it was just nice and easy. And so if it works as good as the oats.
Yeah, I'm seriously curious.
Yeah. We'll find out. And then the drippy the track supply corn, and the feed corn looks completely different than the Jiffy corn. I mean, I'm having a hard time looking at this jar, finding a kernel that isn't busted up. But they're busted up out of the bag.
Yeah, and the starch in the corn from Tractor Supply, it's like pretty much all starch. So, and a part of it is gonna convert to sugars, a small amount of it when you heat it up and cook it. So it might get sticky. But.
Well, you're putting fucking Karo syrup in it. I hope it gets fucking sticky.
I would probably use amylase alpha or amylase, like when I cook it. But that's me.
Yeah. Whitey gave me the same thing when I asked him. I told him I was doing an experiment. Said exactly how do you do your drippy? So I'm going to do that exactly. But nice. he gave me a nice thing to use. I was like, yeah, fuck that. No, but I use the Karo syrup only because I use that in agar. And some of the agar plates I'm doing now because I'm not doing.
Wasn't Beard saying there was something wrong with using Karo syrup, that it had something else in it? Can't remember what he said though. I don't remember though. I've used it 1,000 times and never had trouble though.
Yeah. No, I
don't think it can have much in it because it's already for human consumption.
I mean, that made it like less than. Let me see. Karo syrup ingredients.
It should just be the corn sugar and fucking water and a little acid.
Oh, it has salt in it. That's what he was worried about. Yeah.
It's not going to be much.
Yeah.
And plus, it's diluting. You're diluting a quarter cup in to 15 quarts.
Right. Yeah, nothing. It's not even fucking going to be 1% at that point. Why did you fucking use it? You want to just wave a magic spoon over the fucking top of it and go.
Well, not 15 quarts. Hold on. More like 5 quarts.
Okay, so it's I
don't know. But like I said, that's the whole point. I don't know, and I make fun of people because they're like, "Oh, this is the best shit ever," But everyone knows the last thing you did that worked is the best thing ever. So
yeah,
I'll do them all next to each other. Seen it all before, but I have done it myself because you never trust people's nevers.
Those bastards. Well, guys, does anybody have anything else to add here? Or are we going to wrap it up?
We can wrap it up. I'm going to go masturbate, jerk off, maybe do some D&D.
All right, I got something to say before we start your schmeal. Hey, everybody out there listening, if you want us to keep having podcasts, we need you guys to come to our Discord, start talking to us, and tell us what you want to hear. What you hate about us, what you like about us. Let us know.
What about Farrell annoys you the most?
We will keep making FAFOs as long as we get requests to make FAFOs.
And we missed talking to you guys too. We did. We missed talking to you. This is
we're not going
kind of
to force people to come on here with us, but if anybody wants to come on with us, we always love a good guest.
We can force people to come on here with us?
Huh? I forced a few people in the past, but I'm trying to do better.
I want to force people. That's great. How do we hold
every time you motherfuckers bring someone on, they don't even want to talk. They fucking want to sit here.
They're scared.
They're not scared. They want to sit here and talk about stupid shit, medical shit, or fucking library shit. Nothing about mushrooms.
That's all part of it, bro. That's all part of it.
America, freedom.
I'm willing to talk about just about anything within reason.
That's the spirit.
Just about. Well, except for Deadpool's crotch rot. I'm tired of talking about that.
Right? Jesus. Generally at this point, we usually try to go around and try to say something positive. It's been a while, so I'm sure that you all have something positive to say. As always, we're going to start with Deadpool because he's usually the bastion of sunshine and fucking happiness.
Nothing motivational to say.
We need something motivational, Deadpool. We love the motivation here. Your spirit motivates us.
Well, I don't know why, because I don't have one, but I don't know. No, I don't have anything for you. Have a great day. Don't put sharp things by your eyes. There you go.
There you go.
Google.
Oh, I don't Google shit.
Don't put sharp things in your eyes. Words of wisdom.
Don't run
by Deadpool. And Trimmy, what do you got?
Me?
I heard him typing it earlier. I heard him actually searching earlier. I heard to click something.
You did not.
Everyone in the fucking show is going to hear that shit.
I got a quiet keyboard. You can't hear it anymore. Something positive. Let me see if I can. Well, yeah, it's stupid, but that's normally me.
Let me find what I highlighted 10 minutes ago.
Hey, everybody. The groundhog didn't see his shadow. Spring is coming. Getting ready. I want to see some outdoor mushroom grows soon. That's my positive thing. I want to see some outdoor mushroom grows coming up. Let's get this going.
I do like that. I do like that.
Yeah, those are good stuff. Coming from me, Jesus, it'll be don't lick strange toads.
Toads or
toads? Toads or toes.
Fun out of life.
Toads or toes. Don't lick strangers' toes or strange toes.
Whoa! Where did this come from? Don't fucking shame me.
You aren't gonna just go up there and freaking Walmart.
Dude, why do you think I spend my time at Foot Locker? All right, I'm there for the toes.
He has his own Foot Locker outfit he puts on. He goes in there.
Toes and hose. That's me.
Toes and hose.
Sir, get out of here.
Oh my God. With that being said, we love our listeners and thank you for listening to this episode of the Fucker Out to Find Out podcast. Love being back. Thank you guys. Special Valentine's episode. Go out there and do dirty things to someone that you love or someone that you pay to love or, whatever works out for you. With that being said, go ahead
you're not paying them to love. You're paying them to leave.
Yeah, so you pay to love and leave. So with that being said, go ahead and find us on our Discord. The link will be included below. You can go ahead, if you like this episode, if you want to support us, we very much need it because it's expensive to keep going. You can go ahead and send us money at $FAFOCult or on Venmo is going to be at FAFOCult. We'll have those links below. Our Etsy is FAFOCult at Etsy.com. Oh, let's see. What else am I missing? That's about it. Go ahead in the Discord. We want to see you guys over there. We want to hear from you guys. If you want to send us any sort of love mail, hate mail, or anything like that, you can go to FAFOCult at gmail.com and send us some of that. I check the email pretty darn regularly. If I started getting more hate mail,
he's lying. He's lying. He never checks that shit.
It's
a letter box that goes directly into a shredder. Don't lie.
I wish we got more hate mail, but I always get like, well, I listen to you guys. It's really awesome, and I appreciate it. When you guys are going to make more episodes, we're going to start making episodes regularly again, guys. We finally got everything worked out. We have a time to do it. But with that being said, we love you guys. And thank you for listening. And good night.
Good night.
Later.